I wonder, have you ever asked a question and instantly regretted it? Perhaps the words came out wrong or the timing wasn't right. I've been there too, more times than I'd like to admit. It's such a familiar feeling, the discomfort of knowing we could have handled the moment differently. We could have handled it better. But what if I told you there is one simple habit that can change how your questions are received? That habit is the pause. Slowing down before you speak isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about creating something more meaningful, a space, both for yourself and the person you are speaking to. A pause gives you the chance to reflect, choose your words carefully, and ensure your tone is right. It shifts the conversation from reactive to intentional, turning a moment into a true connection. Now, a little bit about me. I'm LECAT. I'm an entrepreneur and an expert in cross-cultural communication and relationships, both business and personal. For over 20 years, I've been exploring how differences between people, perspectives, and cultures can become sources of growth rather than conflict. On this channel, I share personal stories, insights, and practical tools to help you strengthen your relationships, resolve conflicts, and discover new ways of connecting. If you're curious to learn more and want to dive deeper into tools like this, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I share weekly videos designed to inspire and support you on your journey towards more meaningful connections. Now let's talk about the power of a pause. In moments of tension, a pause becomes even more powerful. Imagine yourself in the middle of an argument. Emotions are high. Your instincts are screaming for you to respond immediately. And everything feels urgent. But instead of reacting, you take a deep breath. You pause. You let the silence stretch just enough to allow yourself to think. That simple pause changes everything. It brings calm to the conversation, clears your thoughts, and gives weight to your next words. I first understood the true power of pausing during my time in China. There, silence wasn't something awkward or uncomfortable. It was seen as respectful, a moment for reflection and thoughtfulness. People gave themselves and each other the time to sit with their words before responding. This practice led to deeper, more intentional conversations. When I began incorporating it into my own life, the results were truly transformative. Now, why pausing matters? Pauses aren't just for conflict resolution. They elevate every interaction. They help us listen better, understand more deeply, and approach conversations with empathy and care. But here's the real magic. A pause isn't just about stopping yourself from speaking. It's about creating space. Space for connection, space for understanding, space for something extraordinary to emerge. And this got me thinking, how does this act of pausing connect to the art of questioning? Could it be that the key to unlocking deeper relationships and finding clarity in conflicts is the pause? Stay with me, because what comes next might just change the way you think about communication forever. So, here's the story. It was late autumn in Paris. The evening was dark, cold, and rainy. My husband Jerome and I were sitting in the car with our 3 small children. Everyone was tired, irritated, ready to be home as we waited in a long line to pump air into our tires. Behind us was a motorcyclist, his girlfriend perched on the back. They looked visibly uncomfortable, shifting uneasily as the rain soaked through their clothes. Suddenly, the motorcyclist decided to cut in the line. It wasn't subtle, and you could feel the tension ripple through the queue. He was breaking an unspoken rule, perhaps trying to seem bold or assertive and impress his girlfriend, but at the expense of annoying everyone else around him. I looked at Jerome, expecting frustration or maybe even confrontation. But instead, I saw something surprising. He closed his eyes for a brief moment, took a deep breath, and relaxed his jaw. When he opened his eyes again, his expression had softened. He rolled down the window and spoke calmly. "Please, go ahead. You only have 2 tires and you both must be freezing." The look on their faces was priceless. There was a mix of surprise, relief, and perhaps even a touch of guilt. But more than anything, they looked grateful. With that one deliberate act, Jerome transformed a moment of tension into one of connection. He questioned the situation, not by reacting impulsively, but by choosing a mindful response that defied expectations. This moment perfectly captures what I like to call discreet rebellion. Discreet rebellion is the art of questioning what's expected and choosing an intentional response that leads to a better outcome. Jerome didn't just diffuse a potential conflict. He set an example of kindness and generosity for our children, showing them that breaking the pattern doesn't have to mean aggression or defensiveness. What I love most about this approach is that it's quiet, yet powerful. It's not loud or confrontational. It's gentle. It's a way of asking yourself, what if I don't respond the way people expect me to? What if I choose curiosity or kindness instead of anger? Here's the truth. In every conflict, we have a choice. We can follow the script, escalating tension, creating division, or we can pause, question the norm, and write a new narrative. Now, how do we build this skill? Choosing kindness over instinctive reactions isn't always easy, especially when it feels unfamiliar or even unnatural. But there is a way to nurture this ability through rituals. In the next part, I'll share how simple, intentional rituals can transform how you approach questioning and strengthen your connections. And trust me, once you try them, you'll see the difference for yourself. Now, have you ever noticed how the most meaningful conversations happen in safe, structured spaces? There is something special about the feeling of safety and structure in a conversation. It creates the conditions for curiosity, allowing even the most complex topics to be explored with calm and openness. This is the power of rituals. Rituals provide a foundation for intentional questioning. They help us approach challenging discussions with care, giving us the space to listen deeply, speak thoughtfully, and connect more meaningfully. In my family, rituals have become the backbone of how we navigate difficult conversations. For example, living with my parents in a multicultural household, we often face questions about balancing traditions, raising children, and finding harmony between cultures. These moments could easily become points of tension, but we've created a ritual to approach them mindfully. A monthly dinner, just me and my parents. No kids, no one else, just the 3 of us. During these dinners, we discuss important topics in the relaxed, safe environment without distractions. This dedicated time allows us to speak openly, listen attentively, and address sensitive issues with kindness. It's not just about solving problems. It's about nurturing our connection as a family. What about the rituals in my marriage? Rituals aren't just for the family. They've profoundly shaped my relationship with my husband, Jerome. Every month, we set aside time for a private meeting where we ask each other 5 questions. What topics are hard for you to talk about? What's your biggest fear right now? What matters most to you? How can I better support you? Is there anything I can do to make your life better? The rules are simple. One person speaks, the other listens without interruption. This structure creates a space for honesty and vulnerability, removing the risk of defensiveness. Over time, this ritual has helped us uncover hidden fears, address misunderstandings, and strengthen our bond in ways that casual conversations never could. The fact that one person speaks and the other listens. Now, why rituals work? The magic of these rituals lies in their consistency. They are not reactive. They are proactive. Instead of waiting for misunderstandings or conflicts to arise, we use these moments to deepen understanding and prevent issues before they happen. What's even more incredible is that these rituals aren't limited to families or couples. I've seen them work beautifully in professional environments too. During my workshops, I often encourage participants to adopt similar practices with their teams or business partners. The feedback is always the same. We connected on a level we never had before. Now, the rituals don't have to be complicated. They can be as simple as setting aside a few minutes each week to ask meaningful questions, reflect, and truly listen. What matters most is the intention to create a space for curiosity, connection, and growth. The next step is turning rituals into habits. So how do you make these rituals part of your life in a way that sticks? That's where true transformation begins. Let's explore that together next. You won't want to miss it. Rituals are powerful, but their true magic lies in habits. Rituals are a powerful tool for creating intentional moments of connection, but their true magic happens when they transform into habits, when they become part of the fabric of your daily life. The good news? Turning rituals into lasting habits is simpler than it seems. Let's start with why this is so important. When life gets busy or overwhelming, it's easy to let meaningful practices like intentional questioning fall by the wayside. But when something becomes a habit, it runs on an autopilot. You no longer have to think about it. It simply becomes a natural part of who you are. So, how do you turn rituals into habits? Here are 3 simple steps. Step 1, start small and be consistent. The key to building a habit is starting with something manageable. It could be a 5-minute evening conversation with your partner, when you ask just one meaningful question, or a short weekly reflection where you ask yourself, what did I learn this week? How did I connect with others today? How did I connect with myself today? Consistency matters far more than intensity. A small repeated ritual has the power to grow over time into something truly transformative. Step 2, anchor your rituals to an existing routine. Habits are easier to form when they are tied to something you already do. For example, connect a family ritual to your regular dinner time routine. Pair your personal reflection practice with your morning coffee or evening rest time. By linking your new ritual to something familiar, it becomes easier to remember and integrate it into your daily life. Step 3, reflect and adjust regularly. Habits thrive when you take time to reflect. At the end of each week or month, pause to ask yourself, is this ritual working for me? What's the biggest benefit I've noticed? How can I improve or adapt it? This simple act of reflection not only keeps the habit alive, but also allows it to evolve with your changing needs and circumstances. For example, one of my own habits. Every morning, before diving into emails or meetings, I take 5 minutes to ask myself 3 grounding questions. What am I most grateful for today? What's one meaningful way I can connect with someone today? What do I want to learn or discover by the end of the day? This simple ritual helps me center myself, focus my energy, and approach my day with curiosity and intention. What started as a small experiment quickly became a habit I genuinely look forward to each day. Now, what is the ripple effect of habitual questioning? When you make questioning a habit, you'll start to notice a ripple effect in your life. You'll approach conversations with more presence, navigate conflicts with greater patience, and deepen your relationships with authenticity. It changes your mindset, making curiosity your natural default. In the final part of this journey, I'll share how you can use these habits of questioning to tackle life's biggest challenges, from resolving conflicts to building stronger, more authentic connections with those around you. Stay with me. This final chapter is where transformation truly begins. By now, we've explored how slowing down, practicing discreet rebellion, and creating rituals can transform the way you ask questions and connect with others. But let's take this even further. How can these skills help you navigate life's biggest challenges? Whether it's resolving a serious conflict, deepening a personal relationship, or building trust within a team, the art of questioning is your secret tool. Here's how. Step 1. Approach conflicts with curiosity, not judgment. Imagine a disagreement at work or at home. Instead of defending yourself or reacting impulsively, take a pause and ask a question like, "Can you help me understand what's most important to you right now?" This type of question shows respect and openness. It creates a space for dialogue rather than division, turning tension into an opportunity for understanding. Step 2. Strengthen relationships with meaningful questions. Asking thoughtful, open-ended questions shows others that you truly care. Try this with your partner, family, or even work colleagues. What can I do to support you better? What do you wish people understood about you? These questions invite the other person to share their world with you, building a stronger and more authentic connection. Step 3. Use questions to find clarity in uncertainty. When life feels chaotic, intentional self-questioning can help you regain focus and purpose. Consider asking yourself, what matters most to me right now? What's one small step I can take today to move forward? This practice helps you to feel grounded, turning uncertainty into opportunity and creating a path forward, one step at a time. There is a ripple effect of questions. The beauty of asking intentional questions is that the impact doesn't stop with you. It has a ripple effect. When you approach life with curiosity and thoughtfulness, the people around you are inspired to do the same thing. Teams become more cohesive. Families grow closer. Relationships deepen. And here's the most important part. These changes don't require big, dramatic efforts. They begin with one question, one pause, one mindful choice at a time. Now it's your turn to take action. If there is one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this. The art of questioning isn't just a communication skill. It's a way to build deeper connections, resolve conflicts, and create a more intentional, fulfilling life. Here's how you can start. Try one of the rituals we discussed today. It could be a morning reflection, a monthly conversation with your partner, or a simple pause before asking your next question. Start small and make it your own. Share this video with a friend or colleague. If this message resonates with you, it might inspire someone else too. Send it to a friend, family member, or teammate who might benefit from these insights. Subscribe to this channel for more. Every week, I share personal stories and practical strategies to help you grow, connect, and navigate life's challenges. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear how you've used these tools in your own life. Which questions have made the biggest impact for you? Let's inspire and support one another as we grow. And remember, one thoughtful question at a time can transform your relationships and your life. I'll see you in the next video.